Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the virtual desktop experience. As always, I am James, aka HCMJ, a proud member of Dynamic Shroud.
With Tech Honors, that's me. Who else we got? Kevin?
Got psychedelic webcam man, Kevin.
You're looking pretty, it looks pretty cool though, you know, in its own kind of way here.
It looks like a 90s shoegaze album cover.
Well, that's not a bad way to be. So I'm going to try to share the screen with y'all real quick. See if we can't get this going. Ooh. All right, and then I'm going to exit the Skype-a-rooney. How's that look?
Excuse me. Are we, the flashing?
No, it's gone. It's gone, look. I've solved it.
Oh, you did solve it.
I've solved it. So now y'all should be able to see what's going on. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mark. Beautiful, beautiful Mark, who's put together this incredible overlay layout for us tonight based on the extremely popular, against all odds, Nintendo system, the Wii.
One of my favorites.
It was a classic. Oh dear, that was a donation. All right, we're going to have to get out of here so we can see where that donation came from. I'm so sorry. We are going to check that out in 1 second. So let's go ahead and hit A. There we go.
Oh my god.
So here we are in the Wii menu.
So good.
The donation is live again, but I'm going to go check the data. Oh, Kevin, you've now completely disappeared. Okay.
There he is. Yeah, it's all good.
I did a plug and unplug here.
Nice.
To try to fix it.
Let me jump on Streamlabs and see who that generous donation was from. And also, yeah, so right now the Wii music should be playing for the folks at home too. So I've foregone Spotify momentarily so we can actually enjoy being inside the environment of the Nintendo Wii.
Oh, yeah.
We have abilities here.
Why didn't the donation work?
It was not on the home screen that you had.
Oh,
there.
that's my bad. That's my bad.
Hey, you know,
We had an opportunity to have the actual date in there, and we went with the 69 joke.
Hey,
that's funnier.
You get off easy because I put 320.
Oh, I got 320. It's a reference.
Numbers are Whoa!
Whoa, hey, Sephi, thank you.
Thank you so
Hi,
much.
Tijan, I was muted at the beginning, but he was meowing quite loud and biting me.
Sephi, thank you so much. You are incredible.
I think Sephi bought some Dijon cam time. I think you got to get him back on.
Oh, it was Ed Jr. Ed Jr. out there said, I was about to say, what's with the messed up camera equip? So that $5 tip helped equipped for success.
Ed Jr., thank you. Thank you.
You set me up for success, Ed Jr.
So how's everyone doing? Let's just do a round table, round robin. What's going on, you know?
You know, just getting settled into the city that never sleeps. Down here in Miami.
Yeah, the Big Apple, they call it, I hear.
Yeah. I'm trying to convince my girlfriend to try playing one of the modern Final Fantasy games.
Wow.
Nice.
Which one?
Mark, you'd be so proud of her. I'm probably going to have her play on easy mode.
Yes.
So I know that you're a big proponent of easy mode.
I wish they had easier modes than easy mode, like simple mode, like with no battles at all.
Those are called long plays. You can just watch them.
I have watched Final Fantasy 13 20-hour long movie cut of that. I never played it.
But that's pretty cool.
Perfect.
Shenmue 2 for the Xbox, since so many people missed out on the original Shenmue since it was released towards the end of the Dreamcast life cycle, came with Shenmue the movie. It was a DVD. Just playthrough of the first game. Yeah, just the cutscenes, and then a few things just like, like Rio just like walking around a little bit, so there's like little bits of padding. It was really cool.
That is cool.
Can we talk a little bit about the Final Fantasy VII remake news that came out, the Ever Crisis?
We're all so excited.
Yeah. I thought you said Ever Christ for a second.
Look at that cursor movement with the Wii condom remote.
It's pretty brilliant, and it's all this guy right here. Look at him.
Oh, Mark.
Well, look, before we get into our weekly gaming news... Oh, Ed Jr.'s back.
Thank you.
That was weird. Anyway, how are you and James from HCMJ Tech, from Dino Hour, Mark, a.k.a. Artonic who is always tired, and Kevin, a.k.a. Quip. Not bad.
Tired.
We're great, Ed. Thanks for asking.
And, yeah, Mark. So, Mark, I follow you on social media, and, I always joke on the show that you're the only one here that's, actually a professional, because you're always doing things that just blow my mind. So it looks like you were in a very beautiful studio environment. Would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah. Last week, Thursday, I was at Blue Light Studios here in Vancouver, and it was like a recording session, 3 hours for a feature film that I'm working on. And it was a recording session for some cues for an instrument called the Dizi Chinese flute. And
just in the stew, recorded some cues. Yeah.
I mean, I just I don't know, I'm not very good at tooting my own horn, but
that's what we're here for.
Making music for an independent film, and we got a grant from the BC government to record a bunch of instrumentalists, and the first session was on Thursday. It was a really nice studio. So cool. Every time I go in a studio like that, we can go to browser mode, and if you Google Blue Light Studio, it just like, every time I go in there, I'm like, this is just like, I leave fantasizing about spending $19,000 on like things I don't know how to use. Like, yeah.
So here, let me, I'll switch this over to Spotify audio. Let me just.
No more Wii menu music? Are we going to get
it won't transfer between the two, so I'm just going to. We did it. Haha, it was fun. Now let's get serious here. There we go.
We did it.
Dude, wait a minute.
No, hold on.
Are you saying what I'm thinking that you're talking about? Alright, so let's go into full screen browser mode.
Nice.
Oh, this is so embarrassing. Oh, jeez. Guys, sorry, I was just doing a little research for fun here. Lord of the Rings, Aragorn's Quest. Is that real? I don't know.
That's definitely real.
I don't want that to be real, but...
Well, it looks pretty good.
Can you still get it brand new for $14.99 sealed from Amazon? Because that's my favorite thing ever, when you can get like Wii and PSP games like brand new sealed from Amazon.
What it says. It says buy
That's
new.
Amazing.
So that's pretty exciting.
Wait, scroll back down for a second. Mm-hmm. You can take full control of Aragorn's sword and shield thanks to intuitive motion controls while battling enemies on foot or on horseback. That's the for those who don't remember, the Wii had motion control.
There's lots of doing this, and it was pretty cool in Twilight Princess. I liked it. I felt like I was using.
The Wii Sports was just the best game on the Wii. The tennis game was just, I would have bought a Wii just to play that game.
And honestly, and this is kind of
golf is sick too.
Yeah, Wii Sports is arguably the most important game of the 2010s. Can you think of a game that had a bigger cultural impact than Wii Sports? I know that my baby boomer parents had a Wii because they thought it was cool, and I know that I'm not the only one. There are other people that for a moment, gaming truly penetrated into markets in which people thought it could never reach. And it was because of the accessibility of Nintendo's hardware, software experience.
That was why I used the Wii menu music on throughout World War Olympics, because I felt that it was the beginning of the
gaming singularity.
The beginning of the casual gamer.
Check out my Amazon wish list while you're on Amazon. I
I'd
sent it
love
to chat.
to. Thank you.
It has the Wii bowling ball peripheral on it, which I didn't add specifically for this stream. It was just already there.
There was a Wii bowling ball peripheral? I did not know that.
Yeah, I think that there's like a ton of weird like tennis rackets and fishing rods and things like that, but a bowling ball.
Sorry, let me get rid of this here.
Good lord.
Yeah,
I was expecting something that you like put the remote in like a shell, but it's just a full-on remote itself, huh?
I don't know what else.
How do you
is on my
hold
wish
this
list.
thing?
That is so horrible.
Oh, that's
It's
really
like a
such
bowling ball.
Oh no, dude, that's kind of cool though.
It's
How many of those do you
unavailable.
think went careening through nice plasma TVs?
Well, they have this nice little strap here. Bottom, look.
You have to get the bowling ball condom peripheral.
Back.
It's bubble wrap. Wow, I like the packaging.
It's great, and they're using just regular people models. You know, it's not like it wasn't gamers, it wasn't family. It's just like normal people. Because it's like, I mean, look how this is marketed.
Yeah.
This is like not
So
for
strange.
us.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It was such a weird moment in time. But you know, that's something that I think that Nintendo does really well. It's like, it maybe it's not revolutionary, but I think they at least mark, yeah. They at least mark moments in time. I was talking about like the era of the Street Pass and how like special the Street Pass is. And yeah, like contemporary hardware doesn't Street Pass. It wasn't the most, you know, it didn't change the game forever and now everything Street Passes. It's like, no, but there was like 8 years there where everyone was Street Passing and it was pretty cool. And there was a moment in time when non-gamers...
The ephemera, I feel like the Pokemon Go was the last one that I can remember that was like this weird like thing that existed that was like a moment that you could appreciate in the, like, didn't like change the world of gaming or whatever, but I don't know. Wii was like, the Wii was kind of, you know, everybody would just like bring over their Wii remotes and everybody would play party games and it was awesome. But
it was fine, you know?
Yeah, it was sick.
You know, this is, you know, there was Crisis and then there was Aragorn here.
Wow.
Good lord, all this text. Ugh.
Oh, jeez.
Who fucking wants to read?
Is this the wiki for this game?
This is the Amazon description.
This is the Amazon listing.
It's an extension of the
me?
Lord of the Rings
Thanks.
universe. Journey through Middle-earth as Aragorn and live out the heroic adventures of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I wonder how content-heavy this is.
One of the most content-heavy listings I've ever seen.
This would be a great name for a Destiny.
Give you half the game
song.
right here.
That's all I want in life is the co-op play with Gandalf.
Wow.
Easy weapon switching. That's how it should be, you know.
That's a feature.
I don't know. I was pretty stupid when it came to Breath of the Wild. I found that the switching between weapons in Breath of the Wild was cumbersome and made it a barrier of entry for myself.
Could have been easier.
If
they would have just listened to this, whoever made this game.
You know, I got a pretty funny anecdote about Breath of the Wild. First time I played through the game, I had heard all the hubbub, oh, the weapons break, blah, 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 and everyone complaining. And I was like, all right, well, then that's just the way the game is. I'm going to play it. Played through the game. It was great. You know, beat it, started my starred file, you know, whatever. But the second time I was playing through it, I ran into the guy who increases your inventory, who I had missed the first time. So I had played through the entire game.
Jesus.
thinking that you can only have like 5 weapons at any given time. I was like, damn, this game is like, don't get attached to your weapons. Like, okay. And then I felt like a fool. But, you know, they put him in a road, and like you can miss him if you go the other direction, because I wasn't going to follow, you know, the main scenario quest. I was going to, you know, go where I wanted
I don't think I ever repaired weapons in that game. I kind of just did use them as disposable tools until I found new ones. It just didn't seem like you needed to.
I saved the cool elemental blades in my house. They had, you know, the weapons racks where you could save just your favorites. So I had the, you know, like the lightning great sword or whatever. But yeah, I
also never once used a horse in that game.
Well, that's just weird.
Really?
I mean, you can just warp everywhere and then walk from there. It just didn't seem like you needed the horse either.
I had Epona, which was fun for me, because I had the amiibo that could spawn her.
Get the motorcycle, though?
I have to go get some coffee, so I'm going to go ahead and pass the lead, and I'll be right back.
No one else can access the Wii.
I guess while James is gone, we should talk about my theory that Yoshi and Epona are dating.
Oh my god. This week in gaming news.
Yeah.
I like that theory.
Yeah, I think it's true personally. I made it up, but I also believe it with my whole heart.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. No, I never played. I didn't really play Breath of the Wild because I don't know. It's a really. I thought it was a really awesome game. Like I watched my ex-girlfriend play it. She was really into it, but I just didn't. I don't like the tedium of like survival games. Yeah. And that's what it felt like to me. And so I was just like, I don't like. I think it's cool that the weapons break. I think all that's fine. It's just not. It's not really for me. But I don't know. I'd rather have a story spoon-fed to me through 9 hours of cutscenes. And
now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. In fact, Breath of the Wild is one of the only open-world games that I have didn't lose interest in. I mean, I did lose interest in it a couple times, but I came back and finished the game, which I can't say for any other open-world game.
You didn't like the Grand Theft Auto series?
No.
Wow.
I can't play those.
Or is it like what's the reason for you?
It doesn't feel like a game. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Is it like because it's too much like real life simulation or something?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm just not really into non-fantasy based games.
Oh.
If it doesn't have like a wizard or some sort of magic or sci-fi or swords or whatever, it just doesn't really interest me. I'm an escapist gamer, but yeah, like Grand Theft Auto is just too I don't know, it seemed like every mission was just like a chore, and like I don't know, it's just like I feel like I have fun playing the new Grand Theft Autos to like check out the graphics in the world. Yeah. And like drive the cars and stuff, but like I'm never really drawn to like do the mission. I just like playing it as like a sandbox for like a couple hours, and then I put it down. That's kind of
how I am too, but I still like think it's awesome. I don't know, like I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 when I was living like up in like the suburbs or whatever. I bought Grand Theft Auto 5 simply because I just wanted to walk around the city, because I missed being in the city. So that was nice. And then I would just like walk around, and then sometimes you're if you drive a lot, then if you're like me, you get road rage. And so then you can play a game like Grand Theft Auto where you can take out that horrible aggression that you have on virtual people.
Yeah, for sure.
They didn't ask for that.
Wait, Music says, dude, you can probably find a way to add wizards to GTA, LOL.
I'm sure that's true.
I'd love to play like a total conversion mod, maybe. But, yeah, also like Sephi says here, I have too much ADHD for open world games.
Yeah, well,
too many possibilities.
Again, like the complexity of the control scheme in Grand Theft Auto 5 was what was the barrier of entry for me.
Oh my god, Ratatouille Wii. Oh.
I'm just exploring
Where's
some
the-
shovelware here, some licensed shovelware. I mean, maybe this is the greatest game ever made, and I'll never know. You know, it's kind of beautiful, honestly.
Would the sequel be Ratatouille with like TWO, or
Ratatouille.
is it already the second? So the third
Ratatouille.
one would be Ratatouille.
God, the graphics in this are sick. So yeah, everyone saw Elebits at the beginning. I loved Elebits. It was a very early release on the Wii, but anyone who's seen any of my 3D animation knows that I just love kind of just flat shaded 3D rooms. It just reminds me of the 90s and also nightmares and also dreams. So just moving around a boring ass house with a bunch of 3D beds and 3D tiles and 3D closets and 3D boxes, kind of a dream scenario for me. And in Elebits, you're zapping those little guys. You gotta find them. They're everywhere. You gotta turn stuff on. They pop out of them. I remember a lot of doing this though, to trying to like open doors and be like, God damn it, why doesn't it work? But it was
There's
still
some
pretty
games that
fun.
have better motion implementation than others. Like I had no problems playing through the Metroid Prime trilogy on Wii.
Yeah,
I love the motion controls for that game. I think they work great.
oh, this guy's skanking. You see this?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
getting his skank
Got
on.
the checkerboard pants.
Um,
Nothing beats the Agatha Christie Wii game. That I don't remember which mystery it was, but they're on.
Isn't it
islands.
a Miss Marple crossover?
I don't know if it's actual Miss Marple, but Miss Marple is a badass.
How about Chicken Blaster? You guys play that one?
is that what I'm looking at right now?
Well, there was a lot of. The Wii was just
I
like.
believe that's
so much like.
Rango.
Yeah, it was Shovelware City. But Twilight Princess was so good. I still love Twilight Princess. I think it's my like, ooh, I'm so unique. This is my favorite Zelda game. Is like 100% Twilight Princess. But the
dark.
GameCube version, because of course the version on the Wii, they mirrored it so that Link could be right-handed for the first time, and as a left-handed man myself, took slight offense to that. To be othered in such a way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess is like the king of limbs of Zelda.
But with wolves. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I'll go there with you.
How about
James,
you guys get into the Pets series with the Z?
Get
Like
into.
pets, horses.
I did not. Although I
too.
did own Nintendogs, but I don't. On the DS, but.
Well, that's like an award-winning version of the Pets games.
Yeah, I found that game to be incredibly boring and stupid.
Yeah, well then think about the off-brand ones.
You couldn't throw the dogs away.
Tech just was a dog killer. That's why he loves Wolfenstein 3D, because he can just kill dogs all day.
Shoot the dog.
I mean, they're Nazis. They're Nazi dogs. They gotta go.
Yeah.
I don't know what to
Do
tell
they
you.
know though? Do they know?
Do they know they're Nazis?
That's like the "Do They Know It's Christmas in Africa" song. Like, do they know the Nazis? Cause the dogs.
So,
Exactly like that. Yeah.
did you guys ever like use candles as your sensor bar?
What?
Do you know about this?
No.
What?
So the sensor bar isn't actually receiving information; it's just sending out IR light to the Wiimote. So if you're like, at the time, our cat had little baby kittens, and they chewed through the sensor bar wire, and I wanted to play Metroid Prime that night, and I looked it up. I was like, is there, how can I get a sensor bar? And somebody said that you can put 2 candles on either side of your TV, and it does the exact same
That
effect.
is fucking crazy.
And it works just as good, if not maybe better, than the sensor bar.
I got 2 candles downstairs right now.
Try it out.
Does it work with the Wii U as well? Why not?
In Wii mode, for sure.
Dude, this red Wii is so fucking awesome.
I know. I'm kind of like.
Red Wii is very cool.
Look
Man,
at
I
this
just got
shit.
Paige and I buy this? Like, no.
How about-
no.
How about the Wii 2? Do you guys ever see one of those?
No.
The Wii Mini.
Oh yeah.
It's like the
Oh.
budget version that only has composite out, and it's like you can't even get online with it. And it like the tray opens from the top.
Tech, this
That's
song
really
is so awesome. You know, it's got the Mario 3 sample in it from
Yeah.
SeaWorld. This is one of my favorite SeaWorld tracks. Sorry, just as an aside.
I've always wondered about the Wii Mini.
You should see if we
because-
can get how much a new Wii Mini is on Amazon. Are those still like $70?
Can you pull up a Wii Mini? I just want to see what it looks like.
Let's see. I wonder what it looks like. And oh my God! There it is, folks. Wow. Okay. Slow down. Let's just. Whew. Let's take a breath. Let's take a breath.
No lie. That was a natural segue. I've not
That
seen
was
any
crazy.
of this.
I had no idea that
Mark
that
was coming
planned.
out of his skin. We were the only two that knew. That was wonderful.
Perfect.
It's moments like that. It's pure magic, and that's what we are. Talking about.
Wow.
Yeah, so
So that's the
crazy.
Wii Mini. I was
It
not aware of it
opens-
until today. So please tell me.
Wait, who's controlling? Why is it in Canada?
Oh, because he sent me his wish list.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's from the
Also-
Bizarro universe.
I think the Wii Mini was way more prevalent in Canada. I think it was like marketed at like to Canadian markets specifically.
I don't remember this at all.
I don't remember it. I guess I
Looks
live
like
here,
an
so
external Seagate drive, doesn't it? One of those old.
Yeah, it looks like a WD
I don't like the
Elements or
design.
something. It's weird looking.
It's nothing special, but that red is just really awesome looking.
Well, yeah,
on-
the regular
remote?
red Wii that came with New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Wii.
Is that what it was called?
Is it even mini though? Does it warrant mini?
It not really. It's mini on features for sure.
Like more like Wii middling or something.
They removed the ability to output component video from it. Like
Okay,
all it does
Kevin's-
is composite.
Yeah, let's-
Daffodil said
Yeah.
one of their friends had one.
Mini in all the wrong ways.
Wow.
So funny.
This guy's got a
I
great
think we can
sweater.
find Kevin's TED talk about this, about composite cables and IPS and resolution scaling.
Yeah, no internet, so no, you can't put your WiiWare on there, and
Oh, it looks so bad
Oz
sitting on a
only.
table like that. It looks like a discount, like micro ATX. You know what I mean? Like
I don't even
media
think you
box from 2007.
you can't even like put it in the cool vertical orientation because the tray
Oh my
opens
God.
like from the top.
Oh, it's
It's like
just
a
like
point of sale runs Shopify Wii.
Yeah, it's that those buttons in the corner is the power and the eject button, so it opens like a PS1. Really, really weird decision for Nintendo to bust that out.
Well, they had all kinds of money.
They certainly did.
They've
Well, this poor
historically
guy,
done
his
like
name
you
is
know.
Sad. I'm worried about the CNET guy. Did you see that?
playable racing game.
Let's go
You
back.
can't go
Well, remember
online
when-
and play with
remember
friends.
the-
Now, maybe the Wii wasn't
Worried
a great
about it.
online.
Oh no.
Sad.
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 And it's the only me in this plaza, so no one's coming over to this guy's house. I mean, come on.
The only me living in the Wii Mini. The fucking. Oh, I was saying something that I got cut off by the CNET thing, and now I can't remember what it was.
I'm
It's
sorry.
fine.
Jack. I'm sorry.
It's not. It probably wasn't important.
Daft brought it up too that they stripped the backwards compatibility from it, so there's no GameCube support.
It's like a
Oh, remember when like Wii Sports became the most purchased video game of all time at
Vaguely.
one point?
What day was that?
It was August 26, 2007. I'm just kidding.
I was like, oh my god.
It's like all your
No,
bangers
no.
are coming up right now. Glass Labyrinth from the first Dino album is playing. That's great. I can hear all
Raise
this.
the roof.
It's not bad, Tech. I'm a
And
Tech
also-
fan today.
Any other Canadians in the chat know anything about the Wii Mini? I mean, I remember seeing it in a store once.
Well,
But I
Daffodil was saying that they.
So-
Yeah, look,
their
it's
friend
like a
had one.
quarter-inch smaller than the regular Wii.
It shouldn't be called the Mini now if they want to release a micro Wii down the road. They have to make it like...
They
This
blew
big.
it.
Yeah, it's too late.
Idiots.
It's stupid.
I was really hoping that last Nintendo Direct was going to be a Wii U Mini.
Were you?
It took me a second to figure out what you just said, but yeah.
So I wonder what I've just been thinking about Scott Stein here, because I'm kind of worried about him.
Oh, yeah, look at that tray.
So I want to see what is Scott Stein up to today. So it looks like he's still a member of the he's still an editor at large.
Oh,
here.
he's an editor at large. He's on the lam.
Not in chief, but at
Folks,
large.
we could email him live right now on the show and just make sure he's okay. So I might.
He's a New York Jets fan.
You're gonna dox him live on the...
Let's see what he's been up to here. Oh wow!
Why don't you give
I'm blowing
him
up
an old
somewhere.
follow?
I don't think so.
Come on, toss him a follow.
Follow already.
Give that poor guy a follow.
Yeah, this guy's pretty
He's
normal.
eating peanut butter with snails. Come on.
He's a blue check. He's gonna be super
Yeah.
normal.
Look, it's funny. He's dancing. Can you believe it?
That's one of the funniest things about nowadays is things dancing.
It's so funny
It's-
how it's dancing.
It's so funny.
That's
I've already
great.
burned my allocated brain cells for today on Twitter.
Oh, we're gonna burn a little bit more. Here it
I'm
comes.
going into overload mode now.
So it looks like AR VR became his area of interest, possibly because of the AR elements of the Wii. You know, the extension of the gaming experience to the musculature of the human body.
We saw
Do you remember the
bricks of that
first time-
foundation laid?
You opened up the 3DS box and found those AR cards inside
So
and
sick.
like looked at it through the camera and like saw stuff popping up.
No,
Yep.
I didn't play a 3DS really.
Man,
Man, this
That
thing
was
is
so-
this
It was
tweet.
great.
His tweets do numbers. I'll tell you that much.
I feel like the 3DS was loaded with the whole 3D thing where you could like bump up the 3D just like it would naturally work without goggles, and then they had the AR and you like play with that the first day, and then after that you're like, wow, this just gave me a headache and I'm never doing that again. Like
Kevin, you were just talking about that on your stream Fridays at 8 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, you were just talking about how the 3DS you couldn't
yeah, the original one makes me sick. The new
Yeah.
model does not make me sick.
You know,
Whatever they did to it.
I couldn't get into it. It didn't make me sick. It was just it was like being unable to like focus or something. I don't know. I didn't like
I'm
Yeah,
gonna be the
eye strain.
contrarian here because I really enjoyed the 3DS and I really enjoyed the 3D effects. In fact, well, I liked it because it was kind of cute. Like you were looking inside of like a little tiny box where the game was taking place. You know, so like.
It is like looking into a shadow box or something.
Yeah, so like Animal Crossing was just so fucking adorable because everything you could like perceive that all the little characters were just this big. Like you could reach in the.
Well, one thing about James that makes him a huge fucking dork is that he can't play handheld games in the car because he gets car sick. But
Now, here's
But
a
you can
story
play the
about
virtual
that though. So I do have a problem playing games in cars. It's true. Except for the 3DS, and this is actually exactly where I was going with this. I was on a Bolt bus from like Pittsburgh back in a dark period of my life where I had to go to Pittsburgh every now and then. And we're on the bus back, and it's like, God, it takes so many fucking hours, and I'm so bored, and I'm sitting up there just looking at, you know, shitty-ass Pennsylvania, all sides. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to try to play. So I bust out Ocarina of Time, and it's like there's something about the 3D, like my brain was able to like lock in and focus on it in a way that like it was less affected by the jostling somehow.
I'm like getting nauseous thinking about using the 3D in a moving vehicle.
But
it
just fixed my
negated
brain.
the effects. Yeah,
It
Yeah.
was a weird
You got like
experience.
the opposite. brain.
What can I
I
say?
look like
I'm a genius.
Do I look like I have an Instagram filter on?
Well, I think you.
It might just be the lighting in my new place.
You need
It's the
to get yourself
Miami
a ring
lighting.
It's that Miami lighting. It's that windy city.
So the new 3DS, they put a camera that's dedicated to tracking your head, and it adjusts the 3D stereo field according to your head position. Whereas the first one does not. So there's like it's impossible to like, you have to like, once you get it in the 3D angle, you have to like lock your arms there and just like not move your head at all, unless you get that like that weird, you know, because there's a screen and then there's another screen behind it that like it projects onto. So it's a very weird effect when it gets mixed up.
Especially there's some cool schematics here.
They keep adding
look at
things
that.
to.
Very first
There you
pick.
It seemed like the final form of the 3DS XL with all the bells and whistles, the new 3DS, it was like a 2DS. They like got rid of that at the end because I'm assuming they could tell nobody was using it.
I had an
No, it's
XL.
the new 2DS XL.
I had an XL specifically to have 2 copies of Animal Crossing New Leaf that I could play simultaneously.
That's crazy.
Guilty as charged. Love Animal Crossing. And I didn't really like it. I felt the XL, the pixels were so blown out that it just kind of lost something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
Kevin can talk about the resolution of the lower screen probably for about 39 minutes. Take it away, Kevin.
They definitely look sharper on the smaller screen size for sure. But it is native res. It's not upscaled or anything. It's just like a bigger screen size. But I mean, you can argue that the games were definitely designed for the original screen size.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a problem with the parallax barrier.
There's nothing. It sounds like a R23X song, or
Sounds like a giant claw.
yeah, that too. Probably
Parallax
is.
barrier.
And I think we can kind of end this discussion just by taking a look at the 2DS and realizing that, you know, it's like no single person designed this. You know, this clearly.
It
was
actually feels pretty good.
I know, but it's just like
like
it's
the
designed.
Waluigi.
Yeah,
It's the Waluigi of like handheld.
It's just so weird.
It is
And
very
it's
strange.
It only exists as a reflection of another.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a hypercube.
Designed by
it's like,
committee.
yeah.
You know, that's just one screen back there.
Are you kidding me? Is that how it works? That's why.
That's how it works.
Oh my god,
It's one screen.
dude!
Just rip the plastic off.
There's a good video by Modern Vintage Gamer about it.
Tear down.
Love that guy.
Whoa, you're not kidding.
Isn't that messed up?
That is so
But they're not-
messed.
Kevin
Touch
is-
screen though.
Kevin has literally never been wrong about anything about consoles or video games.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Kevin,
The truth
you
about
gotta-
Gandalf. Most read.
The truth about Gandalf. Well, you know, they didn't. No one called me, so I don't know how accurate this article is.
Kevin, you gotta monetize this gift you have, this fucking wealth of information. I know that you stream on Fridays, but like, there's more. I just feel like if I had your like specific knowledge and like that you could just like recall about such a broadly liked concept. All my specific knowledge is about like fucking Monster Rancher. No one gives a rat's patootis about that. But like you talk about stuff that people do care about.
Well,
I
Kevin,
feel like-
I remember talking in Japan. Your big idea was to apply your massive, just mountain of knowledge to having people pay you to set up their classic gaming rigs, because your average, you know, Joe, Dick, Tom, you know, they don't know about, you know, frame rate conversion, upscaling. You know, they're just on there on eBay like me, just like Dreamcast HDMI. Like,
dude, they're not even doing. Speaking,
I'd still like to do that.
As one of these people, they're not even on eBay because they wouldn't know what they're looking at. Literally, I am the kind of person who, if I wanted something done like that, I would just find someone who could do it and pay them money to do it so that I didn't have to. So there's certainly a market that exists.
It's a retro gaming installation consultant or something.
Yeah.
Where's that YouTube channel?
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Get off your ass, Kevin. What the fuck?
Fuck off your ass.
What the hell are you doing? Get off this stream. Wasting your
I think
time.
you could do. I think you could do like an Airbnb experience where you bring people over and like give them like a tour of your museum of consoles and let them like custom sort of have an experience where they are both like basically hearing a TED talk from you, but also playing the game, and then you can like sanitize their hands with
Yeah, I was
like.
just gonna say, watch them wash their.
If I got like a building or something, you know, like if I bought a building here in Chicago and there was like a vacant unit, I would just Airbnb the bottom unit as basically that. Like, yeah, you can come over and stay and play any system you want in immaculate quality on period accurate displays.
It sounds great already.
And I'll talk your ear off about it while you're doing it.
Speaking
You don't
of
need to
immaculate-
stay in an Airbnb experience, though. It can be 2 hours, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
There have
You
been
just buy my time.
few devices designed on this earth quite as aesthetically perfect as the DSi. Do you remember what the
I love
DSi
DSi.
felt like? The Nintendo DSi, it was the transitional technology between the DS and the 3DS. There was the DSi, which featured DSiWare, which was the first time that you could download software onto your Nintendo console, I think, or at least onto a handheld.
Wait, so you like the DSi more than the DS Lite? I thought the DS Lite was.
Yeah, because you could play Game Boy Advance.
But the DS
Lite's pretty sick.
the DS Lite is sick, but it had that like shiny plastic on it. Like the DSi was matte finish.
Oh, the DSi.
It just like gripped, and I mean, God, look at it. It's just it's perfect. It's like handheld. You know?
Can you play GBA games on it?
Oh hell
No.
no.
As a lowercase I.
Unless you
which
soft
means it does internet stuff.
You could
Right, so
download that. You could pay for them, some of them, and maybe I forget. But yeah, it's
They got
some
a nice-
DSiWare. Had a metronome.
I have this like awful like thing I feel guilty about and have never stopped feeling guilty about. When I was married, my now ex-wife and I had both bought DS Lites, and in the first like week and a half of owning them, I, for whatever reason, was carrying her DS Lite and was coming down the stairs in my house, and my fucking knee hit my own hand that I was carrying it in, and it shot out of my hand and fucking broke the screen.
Oh,
And
man.
I felt so bad because we couldn't really afford to like get a new one, and then because she didn't have her own, she wasn't gonna try and like borrow mine all the time, and it sort of just like lost interest in the whole thing. And I was just like, I've always felt so horrible about that. So this is very therapeutic for me to talk about, guys. Thank you.
Hey, no problem. That's what we're here for.
You know what people do with those now? Look up the Game Boy Macro, Macro. It's basically like a way to salvage your DS with the broken
that is-
screen.
That is pretty
Oh,
cool.
Wow.
People like 3D print enclosures for them if you want to get like super crazy.
Wow.
But the GBA function still works on the bottom screen, even if the top screen is totally disconnected.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's what you need. RGB on it. You
Uh,
can't trust anyone on this earth.
So
That's like the weirdest solution for the to keep the hinges on there. I don't know why. I don't know. It's
Maybe
like
already- Did I tell a story on here about when my Motorola Razr broke in half? Like the top, like the flip phone where the screen came off. So like a similar principle. I didn't realize this, but basically I had a Motorola Razr, and I got into an argument, and I was a hot-headed little douchebag, and I very angrily took the phone and then just broke it in half.
Wow.
Breaking Bad style.
I threw it across the room.
Nice.
And then I felt like an idiot because I was like, God damn it, that was my fucking cell phone. So I didn't have a cell phone for a little while, and the next day, okay, I told this on Dino Hours because I'm pretty sure I talked about this, but the next day I woke up late for work, and I lived about a 15-minute walk from work, and I was like, fuck, like I'm not gonna get there on time. I can't call them to let them know that I'm late, like that I'm on my way or anything like that, so it's gonna be even longer before I can get there. And so I was like, fuck. But I picked up the phone and just like a desperate attempt, and I noticed that while I couldn't see, there was no screen, it was just the number pad. I dialed my workplace, but I could not tell if they were answering the phone or when they had answered the phone or if they were answering the phone because there was no screen. So I just waited, and then I was just like, because I didn't know when they were picking up, I just went, hey, this is Tech. Hey, this is Tech. Hey, this is Tech. Hey, this is Tech. I'm going to be late for work. This is Tech. I'm going to be late for work. My phone is, I'm going to be late for work. I'll be there. And I just said it over and over again, and I was like, I can't hear you. I don't know if you picked up. And then I just hung up. So then I got ready for work. And then before I left, while I was getting ready, I heard a knock at my door, and I opened it, and one of my coworkers was standing there, and she was like, hey, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she had answered the phone and had heard me sounding like a crazy person and came to pick me up.
Thought you might be in trouble.
The broken Motorola Razr actually did work.
Wow.
Without the screen for top. So yeah.
I was just thinking about broken consoles, and it just reminded me of the Playdate.
I'm still on the mailing list for that. I think it's pretty cool.
I don't know about the crank. Can it actually run Mac OS 6?
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
The crank is like the gimmick of it, though. Like all the games be designed around the crank.
What is this?
This is some Kickstarter style indie hardware.
It's by the same parent company that does the analog products. Like the analog NT and the analog SG and the analog Pocket.
And I think they also publish some good games like Firewatch and stuff like that.
Who develops games for the Playdate?
Oh, so they actually are releasing games in seasons, and they try to contact different dev studios to make basically mini games in quote unquote seasons. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
I think didn't they get soft canceled at one point for threatening some DEI consortium that used the name Playdate, and they sent them a letter you really shouldn't use that name, and then they went on Twitter can you believe these fucking assholes? But clearly everyone's forgotten, so it must not have been that big of a deal.
They're fine as long as they didn't try to make an NFT of the Playdate. I think they'll be okay. Yeah.
It's fun to think about. They got Doom running on it. Doesn't it use it's not I'm remembering now. It uses this. They found a source of these very specific screens, and they're the same screens that they use in coffee makers and 7-Elevens in Japan, which we've all experienced. And you remember the cute little displays?
I thought they were just little OLED panels.
They were just
did black and white or grayscale.
They are. From what I remember reading about this hardware when they first developed it, is because they found this screen that was the perfect size, and it's only used in convenience store coffee makers in Japan.
I was like, I haven't heard of that.
I'm not trying to challenge
exist.
the man. I don't know. I just read some shit about it.
No, I don't. That's really cool. I'm really intrigued with this crank to chain gun concept. This is amazing.
That is pretty sick. So this still doesn't exist yet, though. This is news to me. I thought this.
Yeah, the dev kits are out, and that's it. So I think people are still working on the games.
One
for it.
following. I bet you it's Kevin. No, it's not. Come on.
How about this guy? The PSP Go.
That's one that's missing from my collection. I have the old PSP and the Slim and the Vita, but I do not have the Go. Oh god,
I love the Go.
So sick. It's so cool.
It's so cool. I got docks for well, I've got two PSP Go's. I've got a white one and a black one.
Of course you do.
The black one I got this year, or late last year actually, through some guy on OfferUp, and it came with the dock, and the docks are like super rare and way expensive, and it was clear the guy didn't know that. So I was able to get a PSP Go with the box, the charger and everything, and a dock for about $100, which is that's cheaper than most people will charge for the dock by itself.
Wow.
But then
you scammed him.
So, yeah, I totally scammed the dude. And then a month later, some Chinese seller posts just a plethora of PSP Go docks, but they all look like they've been run over by a semi. They're just totally just abused beyond belief and scraped up. But he's selling them on eBay for $30 a piece.
Broken, bruised, forgotten, sore.
Yeah. That's one of them there, but that's somebody reselling them, because the guy had them for $30 a piece.
Oh my god!
But I don't know. I just started wondering. I was like, okay, so there's a shortage of these things, and then some guy comes up with hundreds of
So
totally
scratched.
damaged units. This guy's probably got half the world's supply.
It's
of
like
PSP Go docks.
I don't know. It's like episode 4. There's lots of carbon scoring here. You boys have seen some action.
Yeah. It really got me thinking, what happened? Was there half the giant shipment fell off of the back of a truck onto a highway, and then all of them were run over in various states?
Oh my
That's a
god!
shipwreck vibe.
So yeah, look at that's
yeah. There we go.
There's a bid on that. That's how much they usually cost before the damaged ones popped up. And
oh, you're so cool for owning this. I want to get it now to beat you.
That guy, that first listing that you pulled up was a guy that obviously bought the dock to flip it. I'm guessing the dude is now out of the docks, but yeah, I don't know. It just seems funny
weird,
to me.
yeah.
That whole situation. They're super rare. They never pop up online. Whenever they do, they're really expensive. And then some guy in China just he pops up out of nowhere and has a near limitless supply for a very short period of time, and they're all just mangled. There has to be some sort of an action behind that story,
Right.
It's similar to a game stonks kind of
they
situation,
must have
but
fallen
with
off
PSP
of a
docks.
helicopter or off of a truck, something.
They're airdropping them in.
Either way, I got a second
gaming
one
detective.
while the going was good. So
Do you like my suggested auctions over here on the left? You see the kind of shit that I'm into, for sure.
So the only benefit that the PSP Go dock gives you is you can charge and output component video at the same time, because there's only one port on the bottom of the PSP Go. You can only either use the charge cable or the component out cable. If you use the component out cable, it drains the battery
It's
twice
an
as
iPhone.
fast.
No one fucking came after Sony with fucking pitchforks for that, did they? Daffodil's
The sick thing
wondering
about the
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
one last thing is the sick thing about the Go that's different than all of the PSPs before it is that you can sync a DualShock 3 to it. So it's basically like the Switch before the Switch. You can be playing it and then dock it to your TV and then turn on your dock.
Yeah, Daffodil is saying so it has video out, so you can play your Go on the TV.
Yeah, the PSP 2000 and 3000 also have video out, but you can't use a DualShock with it. You have to hold the actual PSP and use that as the controller while there's a cable going to your TV. So
Or
it's not as
Sony,
elegant.
if they could have just put it together. Tech, do you remember? This is a really weird memory, and like, I'm not sure how. I just have this memory. We were playing a show as the Sailing, and it was cold. And I think it was something in Columbus or something, and there was some promoter or the guy who put together the show was showing us pictures. Like, he wanted to show us pictures of like a video that he had shot or something, and he was showing us on a PSP, and the PSP had just come out, and the way this dude would like show people photos was that he would bust out a PSP,
on his PSP
and put in
so
a memory
cool.
stick and be like, yeah, check out these pictures I took. And I remember thinking like,
I mean, that was before smartphones were common.
really
when it first
weird.
came out, it really was heralded as like a multimedia device. I was in the university I went to, UVic. I was in the PSP club, and
that
it was
is
just
so fucking cool.
it was a bunch of dudes just trying to like accidentally bricking their PSPs and like talking about. One guy actually like had some modded thing with an HDMI cable plugged in, and he was like putting it into a projector, and it was just a garbled, horrible mess. But yeah, it was like people were on the forefront of PSP modding at that time.
That's so cool.
Yeah, this is the one that I have. I bought it. It came with Gran Turismo. I had just gotten a big payday from doing some freelance job, and I was in Best Buy. Big mistake. I knew like the PSP was at literally the end of its life. They had already announced that it was like over, and this was sitting there on sale for like, I don't know, like $150 or something, and I was like, I'm buying it. It reminds me of something that Tech once said about me when we were both working at the sandwich shop that must not be named together, and I bought like Leisure, the album by Blur. Like, I just straight up like bought it off the iTunes Music Store, like on my iPhone 5 or something. Because I was like, Tech, I really want to listen to this album. And I just bought it, dude. And Tech was like, man, they shouldn't give you money.
Dude, you pulled the trig on the za.
I did. To this day, like every time like I get a new Apple device, like that album and the U2 album are like the only like iTunes Music Store purchases that automatically populate my library. So yeah, there you go.
Have you guys bought any UMD films?
I did not. Although we used to have a lot of
those are pretty cool.
When I worked at GameStop, we had a whole shelf.
Do you guys
for movies? Mm-hmm. What was the like, top grossing UMD film release? I wonder.
Like American
Napoleon
Pie
Dynamite.
Oh my god, American Pie on UMD. God,
what a time.
Wait, no, truly, can we look up what the top selling UMD movie is?
Check the UMD charts. It should be near the top.
I would like to know.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
Wow,
on UMD?
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, of course.
Oh, Advent Children.
Advent Children.
Hell yeah.
So cool.
I bought that actually.
Score
on
one
UMD.
for
They
the
sold
good guys.
500,000 copies of Advent Children.
That disturbs me.
That is
Spider-Man
honestly.
2, they probably got ahead because that was a pack-in with some of the models.
Daffodil
I think they snuffed that on the charts.
Really?
Daffodil said, yeah, it's probably Spider-Man or something, and then
Shout out
everybody was.
Daffodil for knowing that, for guessing.
That's a Sony property, so they totally like
1 million.
they edged that onto the charts.
I wonder how many of those turned up in the Doc scandal.
Is that why they used the Spider-Man font for PlayStation 3?
Totally.
Same company.
I think they were so proud that they had like acquired that property, and they were like, we gotta just do it.
I wish I had held on to that. I had the 60 gig first generation PS3 that had the built-in hardware backwards compatibility with the PS2s,
Man.
because it was the only one that you could play Final Fantasy XI on. And when they dropped it, I felt like this is my first true chance to play Final Fantasy XI, because it was the age before Intel Macs, so I could not play it on my computer.
The Rolls Royce of PS3s.
Oh, it was so nice. I sold that
Piano black,
for
man.
too much money.
You sold it?
I sold all of my games, or a lot of them, at one point in my life, because I needed to move and I needed money, so I just sold my shit, including that Sega CD. My biggest regret, although not really, because as we discussed, not a very practical system, lots of energy requirements, dangerous, large, you name it.
Yes, space.
The stakes are high when you're playing Sega CD.
You can now get a modern, energy-efficient switching power supply that just has 3 plugs coming out of it, and it powers your Sega CD, your 32X, and your Genesis.
This is what we're talking about. See, I need you to design for me my ultimate Sega CD experience. Although I was actually playing Sega CD the other night, and I found that having a subpar experience is fine because it's enough for me to get what I need when I have an urge. So I watched David Lynch's Dune, as you do. And then immediately when it was done, I was like, God damn, I want to play that. I want to play that Sega CD game like so bad. And so I just opened up like OpenMU on my 11-inch MacBook Air and just air screened whatever the Apple screencasting is called to the TV. There was like a 0.5 second delay, but it didn't matter because it's like a point and click, you know.
Strategy game.
Yeah, I just played it for like an hour and a half and was like, yep, all right, this is when the game is like no longer fun. I am playing for another 10 years.
I think you can soft mod the firmware on the Genesis Mini to play Sega CD ISOs.
Would you call yourself a gaming coach?
A game advisor, like a
game advisor.
That's the GameStop. That was my official title at GameStop. Is game advisor.
Game informer.
Awesome. You could like some would call you the Sega sommelier or something like that. Just like what pairs with what power sources and things like that.
Well,
like
I mean,
I do feel like you really could do it.
You look out there. Oh, sorry.
Check out the Neo Gaia group chat. I just texted you guys a picture of my new Sony Nook in my cabinet.
Oh my god.
I've never heard of the Sony Nook before.
Oh.
So yeah, I'll be dropping these here so everyone can see.
Well, it's almost all Sony.
Yeah,
but
there's a 360 crammed in there too.
Is that a PSTV?
The giant fucking.
That is handsome.
That's my main go.
So we'll just ignore that.
So yeah, the thing
Microsoft
next to it,
hardware.
the PSTV.
That is a PSTV. Okay.
Yeah, that's a Sony Vita, a PS Vita, in TV format. And when it first came out, it had a weird white list of games that you couldn't play because they need the touchscreen or the rear touchscreen from the Vita. But of course, it's now been like soft modded, so you can emulate the touchscreen by clicking the analog stick and then using the analog joystick as a cursor.
That's really
for
pretty.
The touch.
I love
portions.
Sony shit. Sony makes good shit. Even in the 90s, I said, if I'm gonna get a PC, I'd get a Vaio. I like the way they look.
They're beautiful though.
They are
timeless design, honestly.
Well,
yeah.
they look a little from the turn of the millennium. They have a bit of that design. I think.
Okay, very dated design, but
like the
aged
cool,
well.
huge, clunky ones were fucking ill, like very Y2K.
That's got to come back at some point. We got to get rid of this glass side RGB dragon helicopter war zone fucking branding.
I think that's here forever. I think that gamers have voted, and they've all decided this is the way we want rainbow fans. This is our life.
It doesn't look like a ballistic missile that's gonna wreak destruction across the battlefield. And
I'm gonna sit in a room full of different colored neon lights, and I'm just gonna fucking game. And hey, more power to him.
It needs to look like a Quake 3 arena map.
Oh, this is just perfection, though. Honestly, it's like wow.
That's a nice looking machine.
It is.
Can you imagine just?
Oh god, what is that? So fucking ill.
Damn.
The MX. Holy shit.
What? I need that. It looks like a Japanese mini disc.
Oh god, it does.
Bookshelf hi-fi setup.
That's
Holy
exactly
shit.
what it looks like. Look, it has a
fucking
mini disc
lame.
player built into it, Kevin. Look,
God.
you get CD, DVD playback, mini disc, and fucking 3.5 floppy. Holy
I want to be killed by that
shit.
thing. Just
Crush
last
me.
few minutes of life, I want somebody to just drop that on my head.
Oh man, I do remember the Vio wrist razors.
Oh yeah. Can't wait to find 40
Look
scratched
at
up
those
with one of
speakers.
these.
Even. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The purple.
Sega.
Yeah, no
$20.
comment
Thank
needed.
you.
Just they saw this.
$20.
Yeah, thank you so
The
much.
What is that? Sugoi?
Sugoi.
Sugoi.
Amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Sugoi!
Thank you. Yeah, I'm about to look this up on eBay.
Ooh, good idea.
Yeah.
I've got another good Sony product for you to Google after this. I already talked Mark's ear off about it, so.
What's the
I don't
MX?
listen, so
Is that
we're
what it was
good.
called?
How much are these on eBay? I'm curious. Comes with a remote control.
Well, yeah, I gotta figure out what it is. Yeah, the
Just
Sony
imagining
Vio MX. There are 0 on
Kevin,
eBay.
you're like, you gotta check out this Sony product that I think is awesome. It's called the PlayStation 4.
Oh man, it is
Slim.
not available.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, Tech. Yeah,
Can you
I'm
get
gonna
previous-
buy one of these, and I'm gonna open it. So this is a plan for a future stream. I'm totally gonna buy a proof set, and then I'm gonna...
Dude, I'll just send you. I have this year. I have this exact thing.
I want you to hold on to it though. You've held on to
Oh
it for
my-
so long. I think
Wow.
it's time. Oh, Ed Jr., that Vio computer looks hella cool. Can I please get the Trump supporter chainsaw gift Streamlabs? I'm sorry, that's only for donations of $20 or more. That's the only way to activate.
Well, not or more. I think it literally has to be 20.
Whoa!
Oh
Whoa!
shit!
What's going on here?
shit.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
Glenn,
out of nowhere with the
That
Beautiful
really
man.
is loud.
the Wii Shop update looks a little different today.
Thank
sex
you
number.
so much.
I think they did just recently, like yesterday. Mark, didn't you send me something that like they updated the Wii U?
They just sent out a firmware or whatever
They
you want to
pushed
call
a
it.
Wii U update.
Yeah.
So-
yeah, it's like 5.5.5.
Yeah, I got an alert from my friend Mike Z. Tech, you know Mike Z, obviously.
What, Mike Z?
So Mike Z, a couple years ago, turned me on to the Wii U subreddit as one of the saddest places, and yet most
We
hallowed.
visited that on the stream before.
Yeah, yeah.
Have we? Oh my
So he
God.
sent me the link about the firmware update from that subreddit, and needless to say, there's more action in there that than has been seen in many years.
That's
Hallowed
insane.
Halls. The Hallowed
Just because of the update going, they're like everyone just like gets up and logs in the second they found out that the news. Like, I assume that most people are modding Wii U's at this point and like have their own homebrew on there, but maybe
Well,
I'm
you know,
wrong
it's been a
about-
while since I've been on Wii U.
The Wii U's awesome modded.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
first
God.
off, let's get on that Discord. I think that my passion for
I
Yeah.
really, really hope that
there's
I
still
had
memes about
my
how the Wii U
internet
is
connection
superior.
off. If I turn on my Wii U and it's updated itself and I've lost my homebrew, I'm going to be really upset.
There's no way it would auto update. It's like without being connected.
Lego City Undercover, the GTA 5 of the Wii U.
Finally found my Zelda machine, $160. I mean, the Wii U version of Wind Waker is sick as fuck. It's only a matter of
It's
time
awesome.
before it drops on the Switch, but it is, you know, arguably the best version of that game. I mean, no motion controls, but who needs it?
Yeah.
The,
And you can play it in mirrored mode, which is cool too.
I mean, you can play Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker
Breath of the
on
Wild?
one machine.
Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
Breath of the Wild originally for the Wii U?
Yeah, it's a Wii U game that was ported to Switch like last minute, basically.
Which is why he has he's holding the Wii U. For
Yeah,
the
he's-
entire game.
It's the Sheikah Slate is a Wii U tablet.
Which
the
speaks
cool
volumes
pace.
for the surprising power of the Wii U and the surprising lack of power in the Nintendo Switch, you know? And also how it doesn't really matter because Breath of the Wild, you design a game to look beautiful, it can be beautiful, even if you don't have the best GPU and the highest output available. It all comes back to Crysis. And,
Well, this is like what I was saying the other day, like on the maybe I think I tweeted it. It was just like the difference between like graphical upgrade now is so like negligible to me, like compared like you know what I mean, like
it's frame
it's like,
rates and
yeah,
it's
like,
loading times, and we
it's
haven't
all
noticed
about
anything else
performance
yet. Yeah.
instead
like
of
loading
distance
times.
now.
I'm all about the loading times thing. I don't really give a rat's patukas about frame rates and all that stuff. I don't give a shit. But in fact,
I mean the frame rates is something that you don't. It's something that you don't know that you need until you already experience it. It's like when you like get, you know, you get like a really nice bicycle, and then you have like a great first ride, and then you try to ride like your old bike again, and it feels like weird.
We're getting something here. Oh
What?
my god.
Oh my gosh.
The Wii
The Wii U is basically the Switch open beta. Sorry if that take is too edgy for y'all. I'm a gamer and have strong opinions about gaming.
That is beautiful. Thank
I think
you
that's
so
a spot
much.
on. That's a spot on call right there. I mean,
Notoriously edgy Glenn. Oh, thank you very much.
That
We
is a
really do
perfect
appreciate
Yeah, I
it.
was trying to find the Yeti again so I could get the paper motion in.
No,
I felt that I just recently like recycled my Wii U box like a year ago. I don't know why I did. I just needed space and I like had the complete box, but I just like dismantled it and recycled it. I wish that I kept it. I just had to like let you guys know, just tell someone because it's been bothering
noble of
me.
you.
I want to
bothering me.
throw my PS5 box out so bad.
I threw mine. I threw mine
God.
directly into the ocean.
You got a PS5 tech?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't want to lose what I was gonna say though. When Square Enix announced FF7 Remake for the PS5, like yes, some of the lighting looks better.
Oh my god.
But the way that
You're
the
really
move,
doing this?
the way that they move.
Are you kidding me? Oh, did you send it or
No. I'm just having fun here.
That's-
One of
could be
James's
borderline harassment,
One of
I
James's
guess.
absolute favorite things to do is wait for me to start talking about something and then fucking just
Check
fucking
out.
do something to make sure the spotlight is off of me.
That's not.
That
That's
is
not my
exactly that's
motivation.
all James ever. That's all you've ever done. And I'm sick of it. I'm just kidding.
Please continue.
Anyway, it feels like on the PS5, FF7 Remake looks like what we were talking about the other day, that soap opera look.
The smooth,
it's
true
moving-
motion.
Yeah, it's moving so smoothly that it's like, this isn't.
So look,
right.
this is what I can say. This is what I'll say about it. I did not have a 4K television until about a month ago, and there's a difference. There is a difference, but it requires more, also modern, expensive hardware to really tell. And honestly, the difference between playing Destiny 2 at 30 frames per second and Destiny 2 at 60 frames per second, I mean, it's like we've talked about this
huge.
before. It's huge, but it's also like your brain snaps. It snaps into whatever you're presented, and you get used to it as long as it
Tech's
doesn't.
point is that it's like an upgrade. It's never going to be like going from Super Nintendo to N64.
Never again.
Like
yeah, for
maybe
sure.
Yeah.
VR.
VR
could be that. Yeah,
is
but
for sure the experience of entering a VR space. Still, even after doing it hundreds of times, I'm still like, oh man. But
See, video games still look like video games.
they do, yeah.
gotta get that.
It feels like, it's hard to imagine that they ever wouldn't. But although, like, I mean, sometimes you see things like Gran Turismo when you can like design something that like, no, fucking, they have these weird ass, I don't know what they are. They're like these like super HD cameras in the end zones on of football games. And when teams score touchdowns, sometimes they switch to these cameras, and it straight up makes real life look like
a video
Madden.
game.
It's super
I've seen that
fucking
too. I've thought that people were watching like a commercial for like an NBA 2K game, like a new game, and then I'm like, wait, this is a real broadcast, and it looks weird.
Very strange. Yeah, I don't.
Well, Mistwalker's new game, Sakaguchi's new game that they announced, like
What's it called?
Fantasian or whatever, Fantasian or something.
With an F?
It's like, yeah, like I think the backgrounds, they look like pre-rendered, but they might actually be like actual photographs of like maquettes. So like that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, they actually built all of these sets.
Yeah, this game looks so freaking cool.
And then they shot them with the macro cameras that they used to shoot like Isengard in the original Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
cool
and
Kevin or Mark did he?
Oh, it's
I'm
so
sorry.
awesome.
Mark, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the backgrounds in episode 2 were also shot with miniatures. Star Wars.
So that looks
2.
like Naboo.
yeah.
Kevin or Mark, did either of you play Lost Odyssey on the Xbox?
Mark
You
did.
could knock over swords in that game. It was crazy.
You got to pull up the Japanese box art for Lost Odyssey.
Oh, yeah, I remember. It was the only thing that ever made me want to own an Xbox because I really liked the idea of Mistwalker, but Blue Dragon, the first game that came out for it, looked so fucking stupid trash to me that I was like, never mind. I don't trust
It's
him.
okay. He doesn't
Odyssey.
like it. It's fine. You just got to move on.
Lost Odyssey is like, to me, it's Final Fantasy
I thought it looked
12.
Cool, obviously.
You know, it's like the next Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, is Blue Dragon? Is that a divisive take or something?
What?
I think the general consensus is like Blue Dragon is an okay RPG. It's not like it's not amazing, but it's not bad either. I think people that are into RPGs generally like that game, but
isn't it?
I don't know. It doesn't really like grab me and make me want to play it.
Is it Toriyama?
Yeah, it's Akira
Toriyama's
Toriyama. That's why.
It's Akira Toriyama. That's why I don't like it.
And I'm just saying it because I'm
That's
actually
what-
using
Yeah,
a Dragon
James
Ball
is
Z
drinking a
mug,
Dragon Ball
and,
mug.
Yeah, I might say I drink the Kool-Aid. I love that. Love those
the Japanese
slimes.
box art specifically.
Give me those
So
slimes.
good.
Oh,
for
this
Lost
is
Odyssey.
classic U.S. version here. Oh, so awesome. That
Like,
Xbox logo. So good.
It was like the weird color tone. It's just like so weird, and then you get this, and it's like, wow, that's beautiful.
It just has that confidence of the Final Fantasy era JRPG where it's just like in the DS res, there's a war with like crazy summons, and you're just thrown right into it, and then all of a sudden there's like a deep political plot, and you have to grind forever just to level up. But it's and the Nobuo Uematsu music, it's like it really is like Final Fantasy, and it's just so cool.
I want
The,
to play it.
I wish it wasn't trapped
modern.
on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The paper it's printed on too is like a super like thick like Japanese stationery style like textured paper. It's not just like a shitty laminated insert.
The sleeve.
Yeah, for Lost Odyssey, like inside of the plastic, it's like you pull it out. And it's like really fancy, luxury stationery paper.
This sounds like a nice selling point for your game connoisseur business. It's printed on 18-point cardstock.
I'm gonna pick up a copy next time we're over there. I saw that in like dollar bins across the country, 100 yen. And
you
it
just
looks
pull
so
out-
nice, and I'm just like, why do I need this Xbox 360 RPG, But I'll take my American case and throw it out the window, and then just put the discs in the Japanese one.
It's
How
only
many
ever
games
been
has-
on Xbox 360. God.
How many games has Mistwalker developed with?
I was looking this up today, and a bunch of them are on mobile only.
Mobile stuff.
Yeah, for the past decade, basiced Yeah, there's
Terra Battle is Terra Battle or Terra Wars maybe? Is that one of the ones that was like had like a cross promotional thing with Final Fantasy 15?
You tell me.
I don't know.
Wait,
If you really want to make yourself sick, look up a list of all Square Enix's mobile games.
oh no, thank you.
There's probably too many of those
It's
to.
insane. Insane.
Yeah, there was some sort of weird. Oh, we got something
Oh.
going on.
Whoa! Lost Odyssey is step underrated, but Legend of Dragoon is the true unsung hero of ignored JRPGs. Yeti Gamer
Oh,
facts.
Raw Dog Gamer facts.
Dude, it is Terra Battle 2. There
That's
was
awesome.
a cross.
15 had
I like
crossovers with a lot of their stuff. including
Yeah,
Final Fantasy 14.
They had a Tomb Raider one. They had an Assassin's Creed one that was actually really fun.
So Lara Croft exists in the Final Fantasy universe. Her mansion
yeah,
is one of the best
canon.
mansions. Therefore, Lara Croft's mansion is one of the best mansions in a Final Fantasy game. And this is my forum post. My name is James.
Mansions ranked.
It's possible that the villa that you can buy in Costa del Sol for 300,000 gil could be related in some way to the same home. That look. Yeah, it was the weirdest, you like went into some other dimension, and then there were like these weird little alien creatures, and it was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, well,
look at them.
Yeah, all the Final Fantasies are connected through an extra-dimensional rift created by Chaos, according to the Dissidia series, so, I mean, anything's possible. It's almost like it's all just made up to sell shit, and none of it means anything. But, you don't realize that till you're much older.
Well, Kevin right now I think needs to talk about how he's playing Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core.
Wait, you are?
I'm
playing
now playing Crisis Core, yes.
Awesome, why don't you play it on stream?
No one needs to see that.
I do.
I don't know, maybe I'll stream it.
How do you like it? Yeah? That good?
I own this game, but I've never played it.
Award-winning.
Can we segue from it?
I'm trying to like it. Mark is trying to get me to watch a 10-minute, summation of everything that happens in the game.
Dude,
and I'm like, I'm trying.
Look, did you guys see the interview with Nomura?
Wow, that looks really good.
Did you guys see the interview with Nomura after the announcement was made for Final Fantasy Ever Crisis and all that?
No, where's that? I need to watch that.
There's this woman on Twitter who translates all the Square Enix interviews related to Final Fantasy, it kind of like explains what stuff is a little more. We still don't exactly know what Ever Crisis is, but they're literally, it is confirmed, they are turning Advent children into a game.
My worst fears.
Thank God.
No, wait. Every single. Okay. Final Fantasy VII OG, Advent Children, Before Crisis, Crisis Core, and Dirge of Cerberus are all being made in that style that you see on your screen right there.
I love that.
Crazy.
The character art is cool.
I do really like that too.
In a chapter-based, turn-based combat game that will all use the same combat system.
I like that, and I'm really excited for it.
It's like a massive visual novel that's just like so much story. It's unbelievable. Like Final Fantasy 14, like never ends. Like that's what this will feel like.
Yeah, like and they're releasing it episodically. Of course, it's gonna cost a lot of money. Square Enix, it's a fucking business. This is what they do. But they're releasing a chapter or releasing chapters every month. But apparently you also will not be required to play all the games in order. I don't believe they're going to develop all the games one at a time. I believe they're working on each game, like, you'll be able to play them in unison. That's Crisis Core right there.
Here's my thing, though, is that, like, one-winged angel, what does that mean? I sent you guys a link to Yahoo Answers. What is a one-winged angel the other day? I don't know if you saw that. Yes. I guess you did. Okay, you did see it. I'm pretty sure the consensus is it's a cool song from the original game, but Crisis Core is like, they're like, one-winged angel, what could that mean? And then they freaking mind mapped, expanded on that for like 80 hours into whatever the hell Crisis Core is.
They do.
So check out the group chat real quick, because I was digging through old EGMs last night, I found the EGM where they announced the entire compilation of Final Fantasy VII Project, and read all of the interviews with, like, there's a huge 3-page spread, and I took pictures of some funny stuff and sent it to Mark. But it's like before anybody knew what Crisis Core was, or like before Crisis.
Those are magical days.
Simpler times. Yeah.
Here, 1 second. I'm dragging all these out, and I'll pull them up in the main window here.
1 second. You need to sound
interviews with Tetsuya Nomura and Yoshinori Kitatsu.
I'm gonna go back into full screen browsers.
But there's some funny quotes in there.
Well, I think one thing we can all probably agree on is that Final Fantasy VII First Soldier is going to be dog trash.
Oh, it's Fortnite
the
Soldier or whatever?
The battle royale game
Yeah.
they're making.
I hope they had Star Wars characters to that too. That would be fun.
So here's the cover. Man, EGM wasn't EGM the best. God.
Alright.
Especially like 90s EGM when they were like crazy thick for like no reason, you know?
Yeah,
Just, like
they were
20
like
page
strategy
pieces.
guide thick.
Yeah.
They really blew it on First Soldier, though, as Advent Children, Before Crisis, Crisis Core, Dirge of Cerberus, Ever Crisis, and First Soldier are AC, BC, CC, DC, EC, and FS. So, little frustrated.
You sound like Greg
you should write
Turkington a little bit there when he's
Write a
like,
comment.
he's like, you
Here's
had the
Katase's,
Born Identity.
summation of Crisis Core story.
He was always upset because the Jason Bourne movie didn't fit alphabetically as oh god. Get ready. Oh, don't do drugs.
Yes.
Come on.
Pangeal versus Genesis versus
Someone
Sephiroth.
donated
Junk.
$420.
That's what the first soldier's gonna be like.
Crisis Core is still very far away. All I can say is that it's about 3 men and 1 woman.
Kind of like this show.
Wow.
What?
I'll drag this in.
This I liked the caption on this one. Is your phone up to snuff? Nope. Before Crisis will only support specific models debuting in 06.
Wow.
You look at that like low-res JPEG of Ifrit like running across the battlefield.
And then the next year it was
Razor.
time for the iPhone.
They're gonna remake that game, and it's awesome because you'll get to play as the fucking Turks.
I'm excited.
I do
for
really
Ever
want to play
Crisis.
that. Just
Yeah.
the events of that story for sure.
Yeah, I want
Ever
to.
Crisis looks sick as hell.
Honestly, I want to play the Dirge of Cerberus version just
So,
because.
look above that, though, too. It says, you can even fire off a text message to a friend who can instantly lend some of his own magic materia to help you win the battle.
Sounds
Can you
like,
do that in Ever Crisis?
It sounds like
Via SMS.
like Farmville or some shit, you know? Like, I need some mana. Anyone, please like this post and join.
Wait, go to. Yeah, I want to see this. Oh, yeah, let's see this next one. Which female character in Final Fantasy VII is your personal favorite? Tatsuya Nomura laughs and says, I'm not really interested in any super deformed female.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, it's super deformed as in, you know, the chibi kawaii
Yeah.
style, you know.
For sure.
But that is a pretty funny out of context quote there.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in that either, frankly.
The use of the term females is a bit antiquated.
Human
Right,
females.
Come on.
Could be a mistranslation.
That's-
I guess.
It's like
Yeah,
a
I mean, there's a
libertarian
translated
thing.
interview from, what, 2000?
Or,
Five.
yeah,
So
I guess early 2000s, not 90s.
either way, I'm going to cancel him.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he was
Posthumously
canceled.
canceled.
Yeah. Posthumously. He's
Wow.
Oh man, like they did to what's his name, John Wayne. Like, did you know John
Yeah.
Wayne was racist? Like,
John
yeah,
Wayne.
I know they all were.
He's canceled.
They all were.
Jesus.
Wait
Shout
till I
out
hear
to
about
Glenn
this.
in the chat. He was the person who sent me the end secret cutscene from Dirge of Cerberus that shows that Genesis from Crisis Core is canonically featured in that game as well, so they're all connected. And I'm really excited to see how that ties together in the subscription service of Ever Crisis that I will be playing for the next 10 years.
I know, right? Well, that was one of the things that people have been talking about is they can't show like the battle.
That's his last name. Good God.
Rhapsodus.
That's what I'm changing my name to
too much.
tomorrow.
They can't show too much of like what happens after Midgar in Final Fantasy VII because remake part 2 is still coming, so they're only going to be able to go so far before remake 2 comes out. But here's something really fun. Do you know what? Vincent, the character Vincent Valentine.
Well, how could I forget? Goth hero.
Right.
Sleeps in a coffin.
Why don't you look up what his father's name is?
Oh God.
His father, according to Dirge of Cerberus.
I can't wait.
Here's another potentially cancelable Tetsuya Nomura quote.
Oh, okay.
From the EGM interview.
Well, let's see here. Let's see if
Are
we can get his
you posting this?
thoughts.
Oh, here. We'll
Come on.
we're gonna do text things first here.
Go
Is
for
this
it.
like George Lucas quality naming here?
It's just funny because it's so fucking.
Is it like Evil Man or something?
Where is he? There he is.
Grimoire.
Grimoire.
Grimoire
Amazing.
Valentine. Wow.
Amazing.
That's one step beyond tome. Is the grimoire. You know?
Yes, Grimoire, right?
God.
Okay, yeah. Let's get this cancelable Tetsuya Nomura.
And he's got a.
He's out. You gotta get him
It's
out
a little
of
bit
here.
interesting because it kind of, it kind of relates to Final Fantasy VII Remake a bit.
Okay, so the question is, we heard that the death of Aerith and the creation of Tifa both originated in a phone call between you two. Tetsuya Nomura says, it's funny, some magazine ran that story, but only the beginning and ending of it. People think I wanted to kill off Aerith and replace her with Tifa as the main character. The actual conversation between Mr. Katase and myself was very, very long. Originally, there were only going to be 3 characters in the entire game, Cloud, Barret, and Aerith. Can you imagine that? And we knew even in the early concept stage that one character would have to die. But we only had 3 to choose from. I mean, Cloud's the main character, so you can't really kill him. And Barret, well, that's maybe too obvious.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
But we had to pick between
What the fuck?
Aerith and Barret. Oh, yeah. We debated this for a long time, but in the end decided to sacrifice Aerith.
I mean, what else can you say? Oh my God.
Final Fantasy suffers from the same issue that Star Wars post-George retiring
Darth
suffered from by
Icky.
gaming the Lord of the Dark Icky.
Folks, this is a total
Icky.
Yeti, a total Yeti takeover tonight.
Yeah, the Yeti is just. Thank you.
On
extremely
fire.
much. Yeah.
All right, what's a better fantasy name? Grimoire Valentine or Savage Oppress?
That's my #1 George Lucas name, where he like went to the thesaurus to name a character.
That is a Clone Wars character.
Oh,
Savage
Savage
Oppress.
Clone Wars.
Darth Maul's brother.
Darth Maul's brother.
Everything about Clone, it's like all that cool extended universe shit. They're like, no, but the Clone Wars, it's staying. It's like,
Yeah.
great, fantastic. You know, can Dexter's Laboratory also be a part of the canon? Because they look about the fucking same, if you ask me. Bunch of bullshit.
I really like that the Genndy Tarkovsky directed Clone Wars animated short that looks like Dexter's Lab. I think that is
I didn't even know
more
that existed.
entertaining.
That's just
Andy Tartakovsky's.
That
Yeah,
one's no longer
that's-
canon.
That's funny, interesting.
Got nailed.
Sometimes you invent a world so nightmarish in your brain, and then it turns out it's the world before your very eyes. You know, so here
That
we
version's
are.
sick as hell though. It's like it's really really minimally done. The art style is it's very stylish. Like the action scenes are very like no BS. It's got a lot of like, you know, Mace Windu running with his saber out, and then just like shots of like tons of battle droids exploding in a cool way.
I have some opinions on Star Wars at this point in my life, but I'm also I know better than to talk about them. You know, so it doesn't matter. It's fine. That's great.
Just wait for the Apple TV exclusive series Wutai Wars, and that'll be the prequel
Yeah,
to
I
Final
feel like-
Fantasy VII or whatever.
I'm pretty sure I would follow Final Fantasy VII into the sun. If it gets like MCU level shit, you know, I'd probably still be on board. Just because I've spent so long wanting this kind of thing that it's just like I'm going to appreciate it while it's here. And maybe that's how people who like Marvel stuff feel. I don't know.
Tune in next
100%.
week on Marl's World.
Oh my god. Oh my
Uh-oh.
It's still canon. When did we get the Neo Gaia album?
Wait, what is the asterisk?
What's the asterisk?
We do have a Neo Gaia album.
We got censored.
Censored.
Was that censored? No.
Oh,
There's 4 asterisks.
no. Maybe that was the joke, was that it was censored. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Oh, it was jizz.
Jizz.
Wow,
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Jizz.
I was just trying to
Jizz
decode it
is
in my
still
brain.
canon in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Right.
For the unfamiliar, it is the style of music that the Cantina band plays in A New Hope.
There are quite a few genres in the Star Wars universe. I thought all music was just
Jedi rock is
jizz
my
music.
favorite.
Jizz. Yeah, so none of the
What's
cool bios
Latinx?
are currently available, by the way. I'm still trying to
Look
find
at
the cool
some
bios.
finished auctions.
Oh my god. It's so beautiful.
This is the one here.
That is so sick.
I don't like it.
You don't like that?
No.
Okay, well.
It has a mini disc
feel passionate-
slot.
I don't feel passionate about it.
Well,
I mean,
Looks
it's
like
no
an
FM Towns 2.
What are these valves?
these are valves for
Is that more
Mazdas.
you like those, Tech? Are those cool for you?
Yeah, honestly, I'm partial to the PCV valve 0450371 for Mazda 3.6 speed 2.3 liters, but
Yeah, that's a good deal there.
You guys want to make a Jizz album or what?
I mean, Glenn has motivated us to make a
Neo Gaia live Jizz.
Alright, so that's like 6 times. I'm gonna have to put the kibosh on this. We're not gonna be one of those shows, alright?
kibosh. I'm gonna have to put the kibosh.
It's over. It's 86th.
Glenn started it.
It's fine.
But George Lucas, a grown man making a children's film, started it. But
And,
that's okay.
Yeah, true.
Jar Jar, which is more of a comedy character.
I know how to make movies.
Have you seen that? I think I'm pretty sure it's from this, like a staged show, like a comedy show, but like he flips out about Mara Jade, the expanded universe character.
I've seen them where he's being a diva about Coke Zero, but that's about it.
Seen that one too.
Do you guys think the new Mortal Kombat movie is gonna be good?
I still haven't seen a
Maybe.
preview.
It could be.
Nah, I bet you there's a lot
Part of
of
me, I just like.
sick ass kicking in
something-
it. That's what I love in my movies. Ass
What?
kicking.
Does that have an
something-
S video output? Holy shit.
Yeah, of course, it's a Sony. Are you kidding me?
That's amazing.
Think they're gonna mess around
Does
with
it have
I/O?
magic
Man, I
gate?
still want a PSX. Get one of those next time we go to Japan too.
We should go to the Beep site and look up Japanese computers. Just surf the internet. James, can we go to this other site, please? Can we go to the other site? I want to go to the Japanese site.
Which one? The Beach website?
Yeah, I was just kidding, but
I'm
we
not.
could go there.
check out Yahoo Auctions JP. That's the better than eBay. That's what my fingers just navigate to at around 3:30, 4 a.m. So my brain's not feeling right, and it's just like must.
Oh man, I keep forgetting I
Right.
just got paid and I have that consumeristic rush. It just keeps coming in and out of my heart. It's kind of like
Stay
Dexter.
off Yahoo Auctions.
It's like
JP.
Dexter, like young Dexter after he kills a dog and he puts his hand on his heart. That's how I feel when I have money.
Gotta burn it.
Like I just killed
Whenever
a
I have
dog.
money, I feel like a dog murderer.
God.
The heat of the moment.
Not that I'm killing dogs, but as a, you know,
I know. I know.
I'm not like you, Tech.
It's just funny.
Or
Oh my
the
God.
Doom. I'm just kidding. Come on.
So look up PSX 7700.
Okay, here we go.
Sounds fake.
If anyone in the chat doesn't like watching
Oh, there's one for 100 yen.
100
Dude, let's
yen?
get it right there.
us watching or us surfing for this, better log off now.
Damn.
Oh man,
Wow.
it's true objective beauty.
I can't live without that.
I mean, it kind of looks like a Wii. Like,
You have a problem, dude, and it's the fact that you don't have that console.
I know.
It's called excessive.
I need help.
It's
Getting it to America.
Excessive
Yeah.
consumerism. It's when a society has fulfilled all of its needs, it begins to acquire things that it does not need. But
What would you do with that, Kevin?
watch DVDs on it.
I'd set it up.
Watch it. If the laser still works, I might watch a DVD that's region locked to Japan.
Get some Criterion Collection DVDs, new releases.
I mean, let's be honest.
Watch
I'd be
Annie
getting
Hall
that
on
just to
there.
look at it. I would walk past it every day, and I'd look at it, and I'd smile, and I'd be like, I have a PSX.
That's a good answer.
Just get a PSX NFT.
God, look how look at the
There
immaculate
it is.
condition of these bios on here. Of course, these are more recent, but still. Let's see, like a Sony, what is it MX? Is that what it was called? The one we can't find.
Dude.
Oh, there it is. $100.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Right there.
Wow. No
God
way.
damn
You
it.
gotta buy that. Can you buy that now?
Look at
I'm
it.
emailing Josh right now.
Kevin, can you mine crypto
Oh.
using a PSX?
All right, so I had Josh get me a Sakura Pink PS2 from Yahoo Auctions Japan. I won it for 3,500 yen.
Ew,
So, like,
yellow.
35
Just for reference in
And,
the chat, Josh is our translator and Kevin's broker for getting obscure games.
His pusher.
He's called himself. He's like, God, what am I? Just your game mule now?
You gotta cut him open like a tom-tom when
Shout
he
out to
visits you.
Josh. We love you. We appreciate you so much. But he's like, bit of a problem. It's just over 2 kilograms, which is the weight limit for small packet airmail, and they're not doing EMS right now. So it's either small packet airmail or DHL or FedEx, both of which are incredibly expensive and
Fed
would
up.
kind of ruin the getting a good deal on a
gotta
Sakura
wait.
Pink PS2. And I was thinking about it really hard because I had him get some other stuff too, like an N64 mouse and one of those N64 Hori pads, like the mini Hori pad that's like shaped like a conventional controller. And also two PS2 vertical stands for my other PS2s. And I was like, well, how much does that stuff weigh? And he's like, that's like 1.2 kilograms. And I was like, I sent him a video on how to take apart a PS2. So he dismantled it for me, and then like put the disk drive in the pack with the other stuff and split it into 2 small airmail packages. So.
Please
Sounds-
tip him.
This is just
Tip him. Good God.
the beginning, dude. Soon you're gonna be like, I need you to shove this PS2 Magic Gate memory card in a balloon up your asshole, and come to my country with it in your body.
Got save data for an exclusive game that was never. Yeah.
Well, you could just move there if that's where all the shit is. All the good stuff
Then I
is
gotta
in
move
Japan.
all
They
my
got the
stuff
best,
that I got there back.
best food, best video games, best trees, best mountains,
Yeah, God
best
bless
volcanoes.
Josh for dismantling my PS2 and splitting it into 2 packages, so I would only have to pay 3,000 yen in shipping versus 9,800 or whatever.
So I found another
God.
one of the MXs. So it says MX Music Server. Running
What
on
the
an
hell?
empty... Yeah, and this also, as you can see, this is a later model. It has only a mini disc drive and probably a CD drive pops out of that tray at the bottom. But,
Can you buy that now?
yeah, I mean, it's not too bad.
$20? No.
Yeah,
well,
20 bucks.
Mark.
Could just
you
be
So it's got 2
play-
days left on it, but 0 bids.
This
Mark, you
should
this
buy
might
it.
just be the manual. This is just the manual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mark, if you had that thing, what 3 songs would you like to play?
Nice segue to
Man.
our playlist.
I'm gonna link this to you, Kevin, right now.
Am I up first for the playlist? thing?
you are, but James has to get on board with pulling up
I'm
Spotify.
coming. I'm coming. I've just got to do this thing.
He's like, I gotta do this right now because I'm just
What screen is best for the playlist? I can't remember how many screens I made. Let's see here. I made.
Oh, there's one more. I always try to hold off until the very end, so we have one more experience to enter here, and
Really?
it's going down right.
I love that. I've never seen another computer with like a slot loading disk drive. That is so cool.
Oh, we are in the ultimate gamer mode.
Yes.
Oh yeah, right.
Gaming
gamer mode.
spelled GNAEMNIG view mode. So just so everyone can see how funny Mark is, I'm gonna go ahead take a
Thank you
screenshot of
for,
this and
Claire.
drop it in here. So it's going to be the official title here.
I love hearing stuff like that. Mark is so funny that it just keeps me going. Thank you.
When we
This is
inevitably
what he set
read
up here.
this.
Oh yeah. I mean, is it not fun?
It's super
It
fun.
is.
There's this giant hairy hand behind me. I can.
Ew.
Yeah, this is the guy with the hairy hand.
If we ever reuse this, can we sub out the sensor bar with 2 candles?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good idea. Look at this.
Everyone that still has a Wii at home should try that tonight. Post their results on twitter.com.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to scale this giant hand like that.
Oh.
What's that really great game, Shadow of the Colossus or whatever?
Right.
Gaming, right? Just trying to relate to the gamers.
Good naming.
You gotta like stick your knife under the guy's thumbnail.
Ugh, yeah.
Oh jeez. The Wii U Reddit knows what I'm talking about with the gaming.
Black spurt of oil comes out.
That game is awesome.
It really is cool.
Like an
Hard.
orc?
Yeah.
No, that's what happens in Shadow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the
I just
Shadow
had to
Colossus.
do this in Photoshop real quick and create a little transparency. And I can drop this in.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I don't think it works, dude. I think it needs to be the longer style candle. Those kind of candles won't work.
Oh, these are perfect.
Yes.
There we go.
Analog Wii action.
We just need 5 more. We can do a pentagram or whatever.
Whoa,
God,
Mark.
you're so comfortable. You're so comfortable in OBS. It would take me like half an hour to like feel comfortable.
I'm
doing something.
I'm just I keep telling everyone I'm a genius, but just no one pays attention. It's very frustrating. So here I'm gonna
Well,
go.
it's like if you repeat it.
Right, yeah, like Oasis being better than the Beatles and all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy the playlist link. And
By the way, the person who has an Oasis "Don't Believe the Truth" tattoo is Twiggy Ramirez, the guitarist of Marilyn Manson.
Oh
The
my
guitarist
God.
of Marilyn Manson has an Oasis tattoo, and it's for an album that came out in like 2002. No, 2006.
Five or
Wow.
6, yeah.
5.
Like
2005.
long after
Is that
the
your playlist
expiration date of Oasis.
Like way past the point when anyone would have cared.
That's
Turn
crazy.
Turn up the sun. Hey, Lila. That one.
Look at
remember
how-
that one?
Yeah, remember Lila, guys? Because I'm sure you all remember that.
I have
Anyway.
one Oasis tidbit, and it's at the record store I used to work for, Reckless Records, is actually started in London. It's a London-based chain that opened one store in Chicago that turned into 3, and it can be seen on What's the Story Morning Glory.
That's what I'm pulling up right now because I remember you telling me this and blowing my mind.
And it's that red building on the left-hand side.
Right there.
That's the original Reckless Records location.
I'll be. Jumpmain.
No, man.
Jumpmain.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get to it. If you want to pull up the old Sportify,
We're here.
I'll drop in Mark's picks. As you do and now.
Whoa, they just came in real time. Yeah, so Mark got his picks in, so he got dibs on the FF Remake soundtrack. Tech and I were having a off-air discussion about that before you guys came in. You know,
About how maybe you might have been the least qualified person
maybe.
to pick an FF7 remake song.
I
But-
specifically, the one that I chose.
Did they make Rock Band Oasis? I don't think so. True gamers know. Oasis should have done a
Well,
Jizz
Guitar-
Wailing album.
Well, Guitar Hero did feature a cool punk rocker with a Union Jack shirt on the original cover. I do remember that.
Aw, Kevin's thing got screwed
But you
up.
know,
the
so
hell?
Tech, I've been thinking about it, and I think that Mark is deserving of the honor as well.
He's
because
a video game composer.
and he's into Final Fantasy VII. I'd say in a way that is similar to
Guys,
the way
we
that
were
you are into
just-
Final Fantasy VII. And I do appreciate it.
Talking shit about me behind my back, saying
Yeah, that's what
Well,
we do,
this
Mark.
is in front of your
Oh, I
face,
love that.
so I think it's a
I
little
love
bit
that.
different. Okay, I have.
I really appreciate that
No,
you guys were thinking about me, even if negatively and condescendingly. And
James
B,
was
that
like-
you guys are telling me about it now. It's so nice.
We would, James was like, hey, I was gonna pick an FF7 remake song, but someone already fucking picked one, and then, isn't it like the song that like plays when it's like you're practicing for the
Yeah.
Like, it's
Like,
not
it should have been
I-
High Five. High Five is the greatest song that's been released in the last 15
Okay.
years, and why isn't it on the
Okay.
playlist? That's all.
I specifically chose a Final Fantasy VII remake that would agitate you guys. That's the reasoning behind my pick. It's a
Mission
minute long.
accomplished.
It's a minute long song called "Sink or Swim." It is in the fucking like menu of the rhythm game section at the Honeybee Inn. It's not even like a real song from the OST.
Damn.
I got
It's a club name though.
I got 2 words, 1 image for you, buddy. 2 words. Oh wait, hold on. 2 words, 1 image, and it is as follows. It is this. Way to go.
There it is. That was worth the wait.
There you go. I had to take a screenshot because the original was a WebP. Don't you hate those WebPs?
I hate
Well,
those things, man.
Let's go through this, and then we can collectively decide which FF7 universe character each person's playlist selection is.
Oh, no.
I
now we're
almost
talking.
put
Yeah,
I
so
almost
Mark,
put Smash 'em Rip 'em on there, and I was like,
Second
everybody else is gonna fucking pick a FF7 remake song, so I'm just not gonna bother.
I need to
That's
make a
nice.
remix of that song where it's the sick part for like 10 minutes. Because
Yeah, I know,
the
'cause it
version
goes
on
off
the
into that
soundtrack is
weird,
like,
like-
oh great, I want to hear
Yeah.
this shit
That
for
part.
fucking 6
Yeah.
minutes.
I don't understand.
Let me guess,
Damn.
Tech. My fucking picks are Grimoire, Valentine, or whatever.
I didn't say that yet. Look, all right. First up, we got "Caulked" by Nathan Sherman. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah. This is a 2-track release on Tar Records. I don't know if anyone here is familiar with Tar Records, but they seem to be releasing stuff pretty frequently.
Like
It's
the
an
cigarette
LA-based
stuff?
label. Yeah, Tar, T-A-R Records. I've just been following them for like a couple of years after Jade Statues. I don't know if anyone knows who Jade Statues is. Did a release on there called My Blade, and he highly recommended the label. I think they maybe released Flying Lotus, or has something to do with Flying Lotus at one point, but really cool like net label that just no pomp and circumstance, just low-key drops digital only beats that I really like. Every time through my sea of Bandcamp notifications, I'll always click on the Tar Record ones and just sit there and give them a listen, usually. The rest is just like weird, like Dream Catalog shut down for the 17,000th time, but now it's a fucking grocery store or whatever. But like, I basically follow Tar Records and I really trust their releases, and that was, I think, the latest one, and I really liked it.
I love
Real
that
quick,
one off.
Daffodil
Like,
said
Mark over
WebP,
there.
and the P stands for piss because it sucks.
Yeah,
That's it. I like that.
that format does
Web
bother
piss.
me.
Why is it here?
I know. Does anybody know why?
It's probably something
Do we
about
really need
control.
better compression?
No, just the
It's
control of the
NFTs.
evil.
It's NFTs.
Yeah, evil entities. Google just
All
trying
right,
to
we
control.
gotta let's move along here.
It's like Pinterest. You know, Pinterest has taken over Google Images. You can't find an image on Google without it being from goddamn Pinterest.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
I don't want to log in to see the full size.
Anyway,
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Okay, my other track, which we already basically talked about, which is from the rhythm game, and it bothered you guys. That was my main reason in selecting it. And just revisiting a little bit to heighten your blood pressures, a little bit more. And then my last pick was Flowers by Nujabes, which I don't know. I really love Nujabes, rest in peace, and amazing, obvious Japanese underground hip hop artist. But the reason I put this on here is because I came across like this sample on Twitter or something that was the main sample from this, which is like a piano piece by John Hicks, and listened to a bunch of that album that was off and really liked it. And yeah, shout out Nujabes for being like every fanboy who was like 18 and discovered Samurai Champloo or whatever, and, like changed their life or something. Yeah, that was one of those guys. So shout out.
I've heard people pronounce it Nujabes. I've
I think
also
it's
heard
Nujabes. I don't know.
Nuhabes with the,
I would say
J silent.
Nuhabes. I would say Nuhabes, yeah.
Really?
I don't know what it is, but that's how I would pronounce it naturally, because the J would. It looks to me like it would be like Spanish, so then the J would be.
The first time I heard people talk about Nujabes, like I looked up Ninja Bees when I first got home. I was like, what is this Ninja Bees?
New James.
I have no idea what it
It
is.
does look like New Worlds, you know.
I'm
He's
torn.
he's a Japanese guy, so Nujabes. But I may be wrong about that. I'm probably wrong about that. But
I honestly, I want to, the easy answer here is that you're Aerith, for flowers. I wanted to say that you were Genesis Rhapsodus, because Genesis being the first one to go here, and then
nice.
the modal Soul Genesis Rhapsodus, just the music parts and his affinity for Loveless. But no, we can go. You know what? Let's go with Aerith. You get to be Aerith.
all right, thank you.
And then, I have to go next. Let's just drop them in here. And I think one of these I might have put on here before. I can't remember, but it happens. First off, though, Babylon by Andrew WK is fucking incredible. Cannot urge you enough. I was telling James before the stream started, my friend Gus, who is in the DDS Discord, is a bit friend of the show. Gus is a big Andrew WK fan, and he texted me and was like, hey, you gotta check out the new Andrew WK song, which I was eventually going to do at some point anyway, but I was just like, oh yeah, but then I kind of forgot about it, because I sort of just trust that Andrew WK is gonna be good. I don't even need to check it out. But then finally I was like, oh yeah, I really do need to listen, and it's just fucking so awesome. Just an amazing song. Strongly urge you to listen to Babylon by Andrew WK.
Andrew WK is amazing, and Tech, thank you. I'm definitely going to listen to it. The cover is scary, very scary.
Yeah.
He has not changed his shirt since I was in high school. It's crazy.
Andrew WK, there's an unsettling strangeness to Andrew WK and his whole existence, and it really comes forth in the video for Babylon, which if you're going to listen to that song for the first time, I would suggest you watch it with the music video.
He had one of the first music body double theories, before they were cool.
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole
Steve Mike.
Yeah, about
Steve Mike conspiracy.
Yeah,
about how he's like a different person for each album.
He might be. Who knows?
He did say that he was in a selection pool of possible Andrew WKs, and the Andrew WK character was invented by a board of execs, but it can be argued, I think, that he has fully become the embodiment of Andrew WK.
Well, especially what happened to him
there's
when
nothing contrived about it anymore.
Yeah, when he couldn't release music in America, and so he put out Gundam covers and Close Calls with Brick Walls in Japan. That album is just dear God, a masterpiece.
Close Calls with Brick Walls is one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah. Big time, definitely.
Anybody who thinks that Andrew WK is just a one-note concept making party rock music, there's way more to Andrew WK.
I did think that, and I will check it out now.
It's a very, very strange career.
Andrew WK.
Moving on.
To riff off that.
I listened to Dan Mason in the car the other day when I was on my way to Fort Lauderdale. And so I thought I'd put the song Shade on there, as it's one of my favorite Dan Mason songs. Obviously,
Florida anthem.
100 P. Yeah, and he's a Florida man himself. Wit music, you need to get familiar with who Andrew WK is.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
And then finally, I was I ate at a Skyline Chili down here last weekend, and it was just delicious. And they were playing "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston over the speakers, and all I could think about was how the Dolly Parton version is infinitely superior, and so
Dolly Parton rules.
Yeah, I put that on there. It is a beautiful song. That is, I mean, Whitney Houston's version is good. It's just, it's a different idea. I feel like there's like a sweetness to the original version that speaks to my heart more than the Whitney Houston version. But yeah, anyway, so those three are my picks. James, you were third, so I'm gonna.
Well, who's your Final Fantasy character, Ted?
Oh, who is my Final Fantasy character? Do I get to decide?
Well, let's see. Babylon is, I'm assuming, aggressive. Shade is like you're throwing it, right? Like, and Dolly Parton, love. Maybe like Barrett and his.
Because he's got shades.
Well, he has shades, and he casts shade on Cloud. Usually it's the other way around. I will always love you the same way that he loves his daughter, and Babylon because he has
is the tower the tower.
Exactly.
So Shinra, he's
the tech is Barrett.
What about One Winged Angel? What about One Winged Angel, the character?
That Mark,
safe
safe
Sephiroth.
So yeah,
No.
I'm Barrett.
There you go. We solved it.
Yeah, James, I'm dropping in your songs here. I know you're doing your thing to try.
I gotta find a Barrett for you. Yeah.
I know. I'm gonna throw him in here now. That was
Hell yeah!
Oh wow.
There's a that I've played the first chapter of FF7 Remake so many times that like I just like know all the dialogue like when I like to like a disgusting degree, like all the nuances and just
oh boy, I killed for a shower.
Yeah.
There, I got
It's
it.
here sucking up Mako. It doesn't rest and it doesn't care. You do realize what Mako is, don't you? Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you and me bleed red. What the hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me!
Da, 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 da. Can you calm down?
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
That was good.
Thank you. So my
okay,
picks,
awesome.
so two were based on old songs from like decades ago that I was just thinking about. The first, Subterranean Homesick Alien. I just wanted to hear it and I listened to it. That song is a whole vibe. You know, it's not like the best song ever written, but just like the way the guitar sounds, that kind of cheesy wah-wah effect on the guitar, and just the whole thing is just so dreamy and just vibes the fuck out. And as I tweeted, I very much agree with Tom York's sentiment on that song, which is basically like, get me off this planet, everyone is an uptight fucking prick, and it sucks. And it's true, everyone, just relax, alright? Cool it. It's fine, alright? So great song. Strawberry Skies, I do admit that was a random selection from my iTunes, but it was far better than my other random selection, which was Kevin Costner and the Modern West, a track from the soundtrack to the Hatfield and McCoy's miniseries event, famous for killing each other.
You don't have to talk about that one. Yeah.
Well, it's more fun too. And then finally, Switching Off, which just earlier today, while I was cooking a late lunch / early dinner, I did some fettuccine, tossed in some butter and sage, and a little chicken, just salt, pepper, garlic, finished it off in the oven. And while I was doing that, I was listening to Cast of Thousands by Elbow. Had trouble deciding which song I was going to choose. Chose Switching Off, because that's the one I remember listening to the most. So
I'll tell you what, I cannot hear the word without hearing the Adam Kane drop
but in China.
Yeah. It's just emblazoned into my brain.
James, I can tell you exactly what character you are.
Who's that?
You're acting like an alien, being a weird, working on underground research labs. You're switching off stuff. You're
Genova?
a gatekeeper you are Professor Hojo.
Oh,
Hojo for
man.
sure.
That is who you are.
Ew, I am though, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm the
Loves
most
the
similar
spotlight,
to that character.
power
you.
hungry.
A little bit. My
I
girlfriend
know.
always tells me when we're watching Star Trek and Q appears, she's like, "Oh, you're just like him." I'm like, "Oh, like, you're the most
Using
arrogant
people as
being in the
accessories.
entire universe." But I take it as a compliment though, because he is omnipotent, which I long to be clearly. So.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm sure you can find that high-res image of
Oh, it's
Hojo
on-
where you
I
found
got
the
it.
other
Yeah,
characters.
WebP file. Yeah.
Sick.
They're all
Um,
WebPs that I'm converting in preview, so it's a little.
Oh, nice. I have not experienced WebP yet.
Ooh,
so-
nice. I was hoping for a low poly.
Oh, that was
The
not
young
what I was
Hojo
looking for,
too.
but
This is
that'll work.
He's got the
This
same
is the
glasses I do.
crisis model.
And finally, we have Kevin's picks, which I just dropped in.
I kind of threw mine in last minute. I've been kind of redoing my living room. It's been driving me crazy, and I've been like just piling crap up on top of my shelves for years. And it's like now the day of reckoning where I must make it look like a living space once again. So I've been. I took all of my records out of my shelf to move it because those Kallaxes are made of like paper and twigs and paper clips and cigarette butts, so if you so much as like push them in the wrong direction, they can totally collapse. So I had to take all of my records out of my shelves, which made me see records that I forgot that I had. Do you ever like find something that you had and you're like, wow, I loved this for like a certain period of time, and I don't know, yeah, I kind of re-experienced some of the records in my collection. I didn't want to do a triple jazz selection, but I've been listening to a lot of jazz. So one's from
I'm
my
sorry.
favorite
So sorry.
excellent jazz artist, Charles Mingus's Mingus, not to be confused with Mingus, or Mingus. It's just 4 Mingus. But yeah, IX Love, long version, beautiful track. Light up a cigarette or a stogie or burn one to this track.
Suck down
Sit
that
back
jewel.
and just soak it up. Yeah, suck down that mango jewel pod. Get those metal shards expanding in your lungs, because it'll be better. The next one's an Ahmad Jamal Trio record that I totally forgot that I bought, and then I had a flashback to one of my coworkers saying, "Why are you buying that Ahmad Jamal record, dude? You know you're gonna listen to it tonight and then shelve it and forget you bought it." And I was like, "Damn it, he was right." So I felt compelled to listen to it because of that.
Spite, nice.
And it's really, really good. This is just kind of a random pick off of it. The whole album's really good. It's excellent walking music. And the snow is kind of finally melted in Chicago, and it's above. I'm gonna give it to Mark here. It's above 10 Celsius in the city. So it's been warm, yeah. And I've been trying to get outside more. So this is a good stroll music. And last pick is I figured if I wasn't gonna put something from the 7 remake soundtrack, I would use this track by Owl Lee. Somebody forwarded this to me in the Tim Rogers Action Button Discord, and it's a hip-hop album that samples all tracks from Final Fantasy VII, and it's really, really well done. The samples are creatively used. It's not just outright, like lo-fi hip-hop beats. It's pretty creative and good uses of the samples. So if you like hip-hop and you like Final Fantasy VII, you'll love Owl Lee.
How is it on Spotify?
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't talk about it too much because I'm positive that these are not clear.
Can you check if GoldenEye Ringtones is still on there, or if it's been taken down?
Let's stay on track here, because
All right.
we've gone over a little bit.
Sorry.
I think the easy answer here is probably Tifa, because of the dolphin streak and her dolphin kick limit break. But I don't want to go with Tifa because I want to make James work. So instead, I think your character is Priscilla, the little girl standing outside Lower Junon, who is able to communicate with a dolphin that allows you access to the upper portion of Junon. She herself could be, as a dolphin whisperer, a low-key Cetra, which is the subtitle of that song there. Let's see if we can get Priscilla.
Do you know who you're dealing with right now? All I have to do is snap my fingers, and suddenly Jean-Luc is in a leotard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She is. Wow, that is Priscilla, and she is the one in the game who gives you the Shiva summon, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the only required summon materia in all of Final Fantasy VII OG.
Wow. I gotta be honest, I have no memory or recollection of this character.
Do you remember how
I can't believe that.
You give her CPR at one point in the most confusing minigame of all time.
See, I played 7 when I was 13 maybe, and I haven't revisited it since. So.
What?
Well, we got our squad here.
I'm sure.
Barrett, Aerith, Hojo, and Priscilla. Just the most iconic cast.
I'd say this would be my dream party. Anyway, make sure that you're careful, because you never know when